Wait. Oh, and you know what? We can use the eggs that we're getting from our egg farm to spawn even more chickens. Oh, this is going to start going really, really fast with the chickens. It's going to be exponential growth. More chickens, more chickens. Nice. You know what? We have an egg farm over here at spawn, and I think we probably already have enough eggs to get 100 tempered chickens. Yeah, look at this. It's completely maxed out. Let's get 6 shulker boxes to get all that stuff. I think this is going to be our first animal to hit 100 population. Not really sure how we're going to count it, though. I think we'll kind of just have to eyeball it. I think I know what 100 looks like, though, right? But anyway, let's grab all of these eggs out of here now. All 6 shulker boxes worth. And we'll use that to further expand our chicken empire. Okay, this is probably more than 100, right? This is an insane amount of chickens. Oh my goodness. This has got to be more than 100. I think the tempered chicken is taken care of. If anything, we might have too many of these. Oops. And look at the amount of eggs we're collecting. Oh my god. This is going to be more overpowered than my egg farm I have at spawn. I can probably just fully get rid of that thing after this, to be honest. This will be the only egg farm that we'll ever need. But anyway, let's spend a bit more time trying to get some more animals for all the other types. And I'll be back once I've made a decent amount of progress. Come on, piggies. Multiply. Alright, a pretty good amount of progress has been made. For the time being, I decided to enclose all the animals into little fence pens right here. And I did that with all of them in all of the enclosures. Except for the tempered chickens, because we already have 100, probably even more. But this makes it quite a lot easier to breed these guys, since that way they're not hiding in a bunch of random areas around the pen. I can just come right here and breed all of them up at once. It's going to make this go a whole lot faster. But as I was doing this, I was thinking we could probably be a lot more productive with what we're doing right now. I'm kind of just aimlessly going around breeding all these animals, and I think I'm wasting a lot of time. There's still quite a bit more work to do on the build itself. So I think as we're breeding up our animals, I'm going to do some of that work, starting with some themed trees around all of our enclosures. I want to do some palm tree type trees around the warm enclosures, some oak tree type trees around the temperate ones, and some big spruce trees around the cold ones. I think that'll be some good theming, and we'll make all this stuff blend into the environment a whole lot better. So let's get started with the warm biomes and do some warm trees. So obviously first up, we're going to need some jungle leaves, and I only have 2.5 stacks. Okay, we're going to have to get some more. Let's go to a jungle biome and collect all those up real quick. Let's bust out my leaf lover, and we'll use it to annihilate some jungle trees. Here we go, let's get some leaves. All right, a full inventory of jungle leaves. I think that's a good start. Oh wait, hold on. We're also gonna need some jungle logs, since that's what I'll build my trees out of. Let's just stash away some leaves, and we'll continue annihilating these trees by breaking them down. It's no longer leaf time, because it's log time. Okay, perfect. That is all we need. Let's head back to our build now and start building some palm trees. So, step 1 is to turn all these logs into wood. And I'm thinking we'll put our first tree on top of this big boulder right here. I'll start with something like this. So I want it to be nice and tall, and then we'll have a bunch of leaves branching off of here. This is going to be very difficult to build. Oh my goodness. What am I getting myself into? I'll save you guys the pain of watching me struggle to build a tree by instead giving you a time lapse. Okay, I decided to move it over here, and I think it turned out pretty decent. I mean, it looks more like a messy head of hair than a palm tree, but I mean, it does look like a tree. So let's do a couple more around this enclosure, and then I'll also do a few more around the warm cow enclosure. And just like before, here is a time lapse of some tree building. All right, these are how our palm trees look. Obviously, they look kind of random right now since there's only 3 of them, and I think they turned out pretty good. Anyway, now that we have these trees done, I was thinking next up we can work on the cold trees. And those are going to be basically just giant spruce trees. I got a bunch of birch leaves and spruce leaves, and a bunch of dark oak wood and dark oak planks to make the base. I think I'm going to do a lot more of these trees since they're going to look pretty cool. And I'll start with building a few of them right back here. It's time for another time lapse. All right, our spruce trees and our oak trees are all complete. I decided to go ahead and also do the oak trees since it's just making trees. That really isn't the most interesting thing. But here we have it. This looks amazing now. This is how it looks from back here, and it definitely ties this area in a whole lot more. I'm loving how this is turning out. Nice. In between making these trees, I was taking a bunch of bricks to breed our animals, and we've gotten quite a few of them. I think almost all of them are almost at 100, and the ones that are all of the chickens. We have 100 of all of these. But as you can see, these trapdoors are not exactly the best thing for these animals. They're getting very confused by them, and they just bunch up by all the trapdoors, and it looks pretty dumb. Like, look at all the temperate chickens back here. This does not look good at all. So I have an idea to somewhat mitigate that. I got a bunch of fences of each wood type, and I'm gonna try to surround these enclosures with fences on the inside. And yeah, look at how many eggs there are just floating around here. The Allays pathfinding is just completely broken. This guy's just stuck right here. So by putting these fences, hopefully it'll fix a pretty good amount of our problems. Let's see how I can do that. It might be a little janky. I gotta get all these chickens away from the sides here. Get out of the way of my building, please. There we go. They're all dying on the cactuses. Oh god. Might not have been the best thing to put cactuses in animal enclosures. And I think we might have done it for this enclosure. Yeah, looks a whole lot better. Sweet. Let's do all the other ones now. The amount of dead chickens. Oh my god. I feel so bad. That didn't count towards my stats, right? Let's see. Okay, yes, chicken is not on my stats. Okay, that would have been bad. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the same thing for all the other